Yo, welcome to Lion Podcast. Like it or not, the livest show in the O. We're ready to go. I got a full house today. To my right, what's up, OGB?
Como se va?
To my left, what's up? Oh!
What it do?
And Big Clemmy in the fucking house. What's up, man?
Yo.
I'm your host, Corey Tokes. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. How's everybody doing today? Everybody feel good?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We were just talking about the Bulls stuff. We were going through the history because the Phil Jackson book on the table. Omar asked me how it was going. And you know how that goes, man. You start talking about the Bulls from back in the day, and it gets animated.
I never liked them.
I never liked them.
Nah, man, I was a fan. But I wasn't on the bandwagon. I respected them, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
that's not my team.
It was a respect thing. Yeah, you didn't. If you didn't like them, that's a respect thing right off the bat.
It's
just
like
right.
Jordan showed up on the biggest Sundays. Like I can remember that. Like remember that Sunday when he went right and then the lights went off and he switched to the left. And bam.
You know what I remember, dude, is watching them because I had an awful team, the Orlando Magic, and I would remember that.
Bro, that's full shot.
This was Jordan right here. This was the thing about Jordan. Every game, right, that they were in this position, because there was games that they just won handedly and they wouldn't even look back. It'd be easily won. But every game where it was, competitive or they were down or whatever, you would know, especially if they were at home, because at the end of the third quarter, he'd make a little noise. He'd make a couple shots to make you go, "Oh shit!" He made that look really easy.
Yeah, he woke up.
And then all of a sudden they call a timeout and they'd be like, and the whole crowd be like, and then everybody's looking around like, "Oh shit, it's about to happen again. It's about to happen again." So they come back in the fourth quarter. Same shit. Yeah. Open up. Boom. Boom. Now the crowd's going, "Oh shit, here we go. Every time. Timeout.
Yeah.
And you see everybody like, and you're like, "Oh fuck, we lost already." They're up by 5 still. They're up 5 with like 4 minutes to go, and they know it's already over. And it was every time. He would always come back. They'd always win. He'd always hit big shots at the end. And it wasn't like he had the last shot on Elo or something like that. He always had all the shots that led up to the end, and it was just a win.
Yeah, it was just a win.
He was amazing. He was amazing. Jordan was that guy.
That era in basketball for me, it kept me up late at night, dude.
Watching
those games, dude. Especially those West Coast games, man. I'll be up late.
It sure did, man.
Remember when Mike first started going on the run, and he had to go through the Pistons the first time?
Yep.
He was 25 pounds lighter.
Yep.
They beat Mike, man.
Yeah.
They put every time
that was 88. That was 88.
Boom.
Yeah.
Like bum rush him.
That was with Lambeer.
And then he put on 25 pounds of muscle. And he went out back at the bitch and said, "Yo, come at me, bro." He said, "Come at me, bro. Come at me."
Yeah.
And he was good, man. He was all there.
Yeah. Side note: Do you think if Rodman was better scorer, he would have gotten like the Kevin Durant hate?
That's a good question.
Joining that, I just thought about that.
I love
Joining
Dennis
like
Rodman.
Yeah, he's a stud, bro.
But you know what, though? I think a lot of people that hate him don't hate him because of what he did on the court. I think a lot of people misunderstand him.
Yeah.
Because all they see is the guy that dresses up like a drag queen and stuff like that. And they don't and so they automatically cast judgment on him, and hey, surprise, that's the world we live in right now. Right. But I think Dennis Rodman, I mean, especially since I read a lot about him, I know all about him in his book and the suicide stuff and stuff. He's been through a lot, man.
He has.
He's been through a lot, and he's very cool, man. Yeah. Like for taking in all that. Mm-hmm. I respect a person that lives a free spirit.
And sees Kim Jong-un.
Yeah,
that's bold. Yeah, that's bold.
That's bold.
It's bold.
That takes nuts.
Yeah, Bad as I Want to Be. That book was pretty crazy, But I do respect the dude that doesn't give a shit what you think about him and says, "Hey man, I'm not hurting you guys.
No.
I'm just living my life to what I'm doing. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm not out there, violating some woman or doing some bad shit. I'm actually just living my life.
Exactly.
And I'm as bad as I want to be, like his book was. I like Rodman, man. I ain't got nothing against Rodman, man.
And I think if Rodman was a better scorer, that would have took away from his game.
You think so?
Yeah, because
he
was a rebounder.
He wouldn't been number one.
And he was a defender. So his game was to just
damn, that's a good take. That's a good take. I never thought about that like that, and you're right. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it would have took away from his game because he was, especially when he went to the Bulls, because Phil Jackson took him. He channeled all that energy to say, "Hey, man, this is what we need from you. If you do this, we'll never lose."
Absolute team player. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a role player. He absolute role player is how I would say.
And he played with intensity every game.
Yeah,
it was not one game.
It's kind of what Dwight Howard is doing right now for the Lakers. He's assuming the same position. When he played for the Magic, he was like, "Yo, I need the ball in the fourth quarter, even though I can't make a free throw." And all this shit.
Dang.
Rodman's tactics on the court was almost, it reminded me of like Muhammad Ali in a way, because he would just annoy the fuck out of them until they would break down. He would break you down. It's like
true story.
Little net.
True story. Well, we got way off, but we were just talking about that before the show. But
talking about ball handling.
Yeah, ball handling.
Yeah,
that's ball handling.
Inspired or not. Since it's Black History Month, we got a quote from Malcolm X. Omar pulled up. "I'm for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm for justice, no matter who it is for or against. I'm a human being, first and foremost, and as such, I'm for whoever and whatever benefits humanity as a whole." And I was like, damn, that's good, man. And he's like, yep, we're going to sign off on Black History Month with that. And I said, damn, that's a good one, O. Good pick, O.
Yes, sir.
Like that, O.
Good find, buddy. And we were going to talk about ball handling because some crazy shit happened today.
To your balls?
Kind of. They got jealous as soon as this girl Nicole started talking about how she talks to her man's balls.
Yeah.
I said, wait. So like you're like the ball whisperer?
Yes, he did.
And she showed, dude. And at that point, what would you expect a chick to do? They'd be like, "Oh, shut up," you know what I mean, and like come back. No, she pulled out some ball deodorant.
Yes.
Some ball what was it?
Who is this?
Aftershave.
Who is this?
She works with us. She's actually really cool. She's family. Shout out to Nicole. What's up, guy?
Cool chick. Hey, it's called.
I just don't know about this ball thing.
3.0, and it's the Manscaper.
It's the Manscaper. So I like that though. Yeah. I want one of those. Because JJ already shaved his nuts with my clippers, so I can't use them no more.
Yeah, I can't put that on your face.
So I need a new pair.
He cut his nuts when
He cut it. Yeah, his DNA is still on those clippers. I've just left them there, dude. They're rest in peace, yo.
Corona.
Fuck those clippers. JJ, you owe me, dog. Yo, but anyway, so the Manscaper
preserver.
So what's that? Is that the aftershave?
No, you spray it on your nuts.
What does it do? Does it make it shrink?
No.
Does it take away the wrinkles?
I'm thinking so. I think it smooths your balls.
I think she said that's the one that takes away the wrinkles.
And you get ball toners and the ball deodorant, bro.
Keeps them young looking, right?
Yeah.
Not you don't get the old man balls.
Yeah, I told him today. I said, you know what I remember about my balls is I remember when I first started fucking. And I was scared to just whap my balls into my butt. You know what I mean? Because they would hurt a little bit. And I was like, is this supposed to be like that?
Especially like reverse cowgirl. Dangerous.
Yes. Well, those moments happen, And so I was like, I was delicate, I guess. I was I wasn't doing it right or whatever. So then I just kept doing it. I was like, fuck it. I gotta be all in on this shit. So anyway, I started doing it. I just said, fuck it. So, and I started coming through with it. But anyway, are we all right over there on that microphone?
trying to fix.
Oh no, it works.
It works.
You got me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nothing wrong with it, man.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was like, it was scary. You know,
So
that was
it-
a moment where I was like gaining my manhood. You know
So
what I
you
mean?
was holding back with the balls.
I was holding back because I didn't want to slap him again too hard. You know what I mean? Because
You
I was
wanna
worried
slap
that
who, bro?
you know what they're slapping.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So
I'm
wait,
not
would you-
slapping my
would you
nuts with
take-
my hand.
Would you take this as a gift? Is this something that you would have?
What?
Christmas time?
What?
Christmas time? You
The
get
balls?
a gift set, yeah.
The ball kit.
It's a whole-
Well,
Is it that
that's the thing that I was going to talk about today. As I don't think I need all that. I just need the shaver.
You need a ball toner, bro. Like every dude needs ball toner.
I don't have that kind of time.
Come on. You
Yeah,
don't
that's
have
a lot.
Well,
That's
this
like a
is the
haircut.
thing. This is the thing that I was really. Do we need to talk to our nuts?
That's the real question of the day.
No.
And we also
Am
found
I
out,
neglected? Because we thought about this.
And we also found out that there are underwear that your balls sit in.
Yeah, it's like a
that sit
kangaroo
in.
pouch.
Yeah.
You just
Individual.
tuck them in a little fuzzy
So
little
you put
pouch,
your
man. I
balls-
want one of those for, especially for a day like
It's like
today.
a
I
Gucci
want
pouch
that.
for your nuts.
They're called
Yeah.
golfers. They're called golfers underwear.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you put your balls. Each ball gets a sack.
I kind of feel like I might need to talk to my nuts more because
Yeah.
we name our dicks.
Yeah.
We all name our dicks.
Correct.
All right, and we totally don't even like everything comes through our balls, man.
Right.
Everything is about it's a dog. We
Yeah.
we put them on the back burner, and that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
need to do more for our balls. I don't
Yeah.
know. So I don't know if it was just me or maybe it's some. You know what I mean? Somebody. Do you do enough for your balls, Mike?
I'm not gonna talk to my balls, but
You show them love.
I can understand that. It might actually have some kind of response because it's like talking to plants.
Right.
You know, you have living
I like that concept.
sperm
Right?
swimming around in your balls.
Yeah.
They can listen to your words, like talking to your infant baby inside of your, the mama's belly. You know, you talk to your baby when it's in there. You know, they say they can
Absolutely.
hear that. You're talking to millions of babies.
It
in your
made
nuts.
sense. It made sense, dude. As soon as she said it, my balls got jealous
Yeah,
instantly. So I
'cause
felt it.
I'm not gonna do that. Though. Yeah, I can see it.
I'm gonna
What
talk
if
to my balls from
would
now
you
on. I'm
allow
gonna name
someone
them.
Talk to your balls, Mike.
Yeah, because she said.
I would.
Yeah, because
I would
obviously
laugh
she
my ass off, giggle my
my
motherfucking
God.
ass off the whole time. I would laugh.
ball talk.
Wow. Real talk, ball talk.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is I didn't know it was a thing. So like I was just wondering if it's a real thing or not.
No, this
If
is the
people are
first.
really playing with their balls like that.
Yeah, because
So-
it works different, bro. Because you get an interesting person, talk to them,
Yeah.
make sure they know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you feel alive. You're ready to go.
I never felt so focused.
I think the hot breath on my balls would be still kind of good.
Well, I think I like your flower analogy. I think like talking like flowers, it's gotta work.
It's gotta work.
There's gotta be like meditation
Yeah.
and stuff.
Works.
You're just talking to your scrotum. And what are we gonna do? We said we're gonna name our nuts today, Clemmy.
Yes, we did.
We said we're gonna name our nuts
Yeah.
today because we can't just not give them nuts. And then we asked, are we gonna name each one of them individually,
Now that-
or just give the whole sack a name?
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's a good question.
What do you think?
Depends.
Oh,
I don't know. It depends.
I'm gonna name
they're
mine
twins.
separately because they're different. One's higher than the other, or you could say one's taller than the other.
Yeah, height.
They're not the same, and I got like 3 nuts anyway. So
Whoa,
bro, that's the second time you said that. Now I have to ask you, what is that? Did
I
you
have
steal Lance Armstrong's?
no, when I was
Shout out to the three.
when I was a senior in high school, it's like I thought I had testicular cancer because you see back then we saw the film on checking yourself,
Right.
and then it's like, oh shit, I got a fucking something. My shit's not right, But
Oh, shit.
I go to the doctor and
No
it was
shit.
varicocele. I had a varicose vein in there, and it's a big ass vein that's just curled up, man. It's like almost like a third nut.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh, that ain't a third nut though, man.
It's like a third nut.
Is it?
It's people ask me that. Well, women ask me
You
that.
you been saying some real personal shit on the show the last couple episodes.
I'm opening up, man.
Bro, I fucking really appreciate it, man.
I gotta be me, man. I got nothing to hide.
Mike got 3 nuts, man.
Mike got 3 fucking nuts, man. Varicose vein nut, some shit.
Yeah, some shit.
I could have had it surgery on it, but I saw the people that did, and they were fucking miserable for too long for my liking. I just didn't want to do it. The doctor said you can live with it.
Oh,
You can live with an
That was my
extra.
next question.
Yeah, but the only drawback is that sometimes that bitch will wrap around a real nut.
Oh my god.
And it'll fucking it's like somebody kicking you in the balls nonstop for fucking hours. Yeah.
No.
Is it like a? How does that unhappen?
It's
Like,
like a
how do you
migraine.
undo that?
You said it's like spinning 3 marbles in your hand. You gotta
You got to
fucking
do the
kinda-
shimmy.
You gotta
do
fucking,
the truffle shuffle until it comes loose.
You ever seen the Kane Mutiny with Humphrey Bogart, where he's sitting there on trial and he's got them 3 ball bearings in his hand going like this, spinning them around, shuffling them.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, but then sometimes that don't work. You just got to ride it out.
Right.
But if it lasts more than 24 hours, you got to go have the surgery because then your nut's gonna die.
Yeah, you should have.
So
That's fucking crazy.
That shit happens like once every 5 years.
once every 5 years, your
It used to happen like
varicose vein
every
wrap
month.
around
Yeah.
your nut?
Yeah.
You ever broke your dick?
Oh my god.
Broke it?
Yeah.
No.
You ever broke your dick?
I felt like I did one time.
Well,
When?
I might have sprained
You ever
it.
broke your dick? Oh,
Thank God.
I
Man.
sprained it.
I never broke my dick, but my uncle, rest his soul, man. He said he broke his dick one time.
broke it. I don't think I broke it. I think
Yeah, he said it was the most painful thing he's ever experienced. He wasn't no pussy. Bro, he said that shit, and they do 2 things. Like when they go to the doctor for it, they go, "All right, we could either give you a pill, but if it's too bad, we have to cut you open and unkink it."
How did he do this?
Fucking.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, like it comes out and you hit a dry spot, dude, and that shit's over, dog. You never bowed up before? I bowed
yes,
up plenty
yes,
of
yes,
times, bro. I bowed up plenty of
he
times.
was going rapid fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he was getting it, dog. Rest in peace, man. I love my Uncle Don, man. I miss him so bad, man. That's my man, dude. Damn, I miss him. I'm glad. Yo, shout out to my Uncle Don, man. One time in heaven, bro. Getting it. Yo, one time, you want to know a story about my uncle real quick? This shit was funny. Real quick. He comes to my place, and we smoked a joint, and I was watching Tiger Woods. And this is the only time I watch golf. I don't watch golf regularly. And he smoked a joint, and he looked around. And he's like, well, I think I got 2 flies fucking on my wall. I'd like to go back to my house and get back to. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here, man. He's like, I was like, dude, that's some funny shit, man. He was that kind of humor, man.
yeah.
And it was something new every day. Uncle Don. Uncle Don. The Don.
The dong.
The Don. All right. Well, speaking of balls, why can't I sell my balls?
Sell your balls?
Yeah, like sell my meat, man. Not me personally, but why isn't prostitution legal everywhere?
Oh, I see.
Because I mean,
Because we'd all be fucking employed, literally.
A lot
You
of
know,
a lot of rich folk.
You know what I mean? Like that would,
If it was-
and
yeah.
and this is the
have
biggest
to
thing
worry
about
about
it. It's a victimless crime, dude. Nobody's getting hurt. Somebody's getting paid. Somebody else, somebody's getting paid, and there might be liking pleasure. I don't know. I don't know one person that don't like getting the business.
So do you think there'll be victimized men though?
I think there.
think that-
You can't say it's victimless because of STDs.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, Mike.
That's the first thing come to my mind.
and that's a shitty start to your job too.
Well, I wouldn't. I
Colliding
wouldn't.
like that.
yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna just let you know before we start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You ain't gonna know that by the end of your shift. You're gonna have to wait to get to the doctors anyway. But you need to be strapping up though, regardless.
So what would-
Especially if you're banging a hoe.
Yeah.
You can't just be ordering some service to the door and going raw dog on that. That's your fault, dude.
Yeah.
You deserve AIDS
Yeah.
for that.
Wow.
But say you postmate some pussy, right? Something
okay.
comes in, you get it in, everything works. Now you get a taxes, right?
Yeah.
You got to tax.
Yeah, got
I
to
Because
love-
it's legal.
You got a tax.
Because
That hurts the industry right there.
It does.
As real as you would think it would be. I
Pimp-
know
pimping ain't easy, yo.
yeah.
Everyone would have a problem. It'd be. I guess
Right.
it's kind of like making weed legal, right? It
Yeah.
takes a while, but I just think it's because it's sex, bro. It's gonna be the fucking hardest thing to make a
Yeah.
fucking
Because
living.
how do you prove that?
It's legal in Vegas, right?
I don't know. I've never
In
been.
certain spots.
I've never been.
Vegas is hot.
Yeah, it's legal in Vegas. They be fucking. They give you business cards like everywhere. They're on the ground.
They're on the ground.
You walk in seeing bitches that got rammed like 9,000 times, just like falling into sewers as you kick them over and shit.
It's funny.
Like, what the fuck is
Vegas
this shit?
won that legal battle.
It's actually gross.
Like the fucking Viet Cong. They just overran fucking the law on that one. I don't know how they win that one.
Because it's
They said
Vegas.
fuck it, we're doing it
Snuck
anyway.
it through the back door.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, before anybody complains, let's do this.
Let's get it.
True.
I like, because now think about it. So you got everybody going, you got everybody working, right? As soon as you check the door, everything's good. Do you want to make sure that, I don't know, the same pay is out in fucking Texas compared to Florida? Do you do you do local? Do you do state by state?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that?
if you go full legal,
Yeah, man, 1,000%.
you can make your own rates. I don't give a fuck. Just this is the thing though. I just want people to be able to, if you don't have food that you for your kids, you could go sell your meat and get some fucking food for your kids. You know what I mean? Do something, man,
Right.
because that helps, man. That helps put money in people's pockets, and that it's not like somebody shooting you over the shit.
Yeah, it ain't. Yeah.
It's really like an innocent thing, man. And this is not for nothing, but people need more pussy.
Yeah.
There are people that are irritable, angry people, and it's written all over their faces. Like, yo, you need to be sitting on something.
stress reliever.
Quick.
People get massages, bro.
I wonder. I
Yes.
would like to know like what Las Vegas's murder rate is. I wonder if it's like low amongst the rest of the country where prostitution is legal. I wonder that.
That would be that'd be an
There's a
off
lot
thing.
of- there's a
right?
lot
There's a
of-
lot of murder in there, man. Because you got the desert.
because
to
you got
bury
money.
people.
Heat,
Money.
Heat.
you're bringing in all
Correct.
that attention.
Correct.
But wait, so what I'm saying is, so you bring out the sex.
But you never know. It
do
could
you
be
have-
low. That'd be like, damn, it is.
I don't.
Surprisingly for sex,
it could be,
no.
but I don't think it is.
So what I'm saying is, you
I think
could pay.
it's high,
You
actually.
could pay for massages,
Right.
right? You get
look
a
it up.
massage. You get a massage. That's skin to skin contact. That's as
Right.
far as it gets, though. As soon as it's like sex, it's like a red flag. People freak out. It's like the skin on skin contact is a thing. As soon as you push the narrative for money and sex,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
you'll have
It's all
someone,
out
you'll
the
have someone
window.
freak out about it. 1,000%.
Yeah, that makes sense. But anyway, we'll be back after this. Welcome back, Lion Podcast. We appreciate the listeners. Just wanted to talk about something that was a while ago, but take you down memory lane a little bit. I think it's necessary to remind people because you get so caught up nowadays. That's my word, caught up, because that's what people do. They get caught up in things, and you see it a lot. So, Edward Snowden was an American whistleblower that copied and leaked highly classified information from the National Security Agency when he was a Central Intelligence Agency employee and subcontractor. He is the most wanted man in the world. Some call him a technical genius. He's basically in exile in Russia right now, and he went through a lot. Some say whatever, but the dude walked up. Basically, if you don't know who he is, he worked for both the NSA and the CIA, and usually people don't do that. They don't get to see that much of the, that it's highly classified shit that they deal with night in and night out.
But he had the talent.
But not only that, he was a high school dropout. So he really had the talent, you know what I mean?
A high school dropout?
Oh, yeah, dude. He failed in high school. Like, he hated it. He says that he found pleasure in studying the computer because he was a quicker learner that way. And he just couldn't gain interest in no teaching or anything like that. The guy is a very interesting dude. His book
He
book
speaks
is
multiple languages too, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, well,
he's like a genius.
Well, he had to. If he at one point he was a contractor for the CIA, so he was going to other countries and he was working at embassies and doing undercover work and shit. I mean, the dude, he's seen it all, and he started as a janitor, I believe. His family was all federal. His whole family was a federal family.
Right.
They all had something to do in some sort of federal deal, and he grew up in Maryland, I believe it was. And there was a lot that he's seen growing up, but he was never really political. So he gets to do all these things, and he was really bored, obviously. So he gets to do all these things, and he finally gets in. And I believe from being a janitor, he said he joined a job fair, but you had to have security clearance. And obviously, if you're working as a janitor for CIA, then you're going to have security clearance. But you had to have security clearance for the job fair, I believe it was. So he went and did it, and then he became like a web designer or some shit like that. Right. He started coming up with all these programs, and he worked his way up. Next thing you know, he's pitching ideas to these bigwigs of the top of the CIA, these fucking directors and shit, dude. And he's in these rooms with these directors pitching them ideas of how to better their programs and shit. So he's doing all that, and he's successful, obviously. And I'm skipping a bunch of, I mean, it's fucking, there's a whole book about the shit. But anyway, he basically ends up seeing too much. He's one of those guys that like slips through the cracks, and they didn't realize that, holy shit, we let this guy come all the way up. And there's a reason why every agent has their own office and their own private place, so because they don't want you to know what the next agent, because everybody's doing some dirty shit according to him.
Right.
He said what he found out later. He's like, this is not what I wanted to be true, obviously, because you join shit like this because you want to be a part of the superhero team and all that good stuff. Right. So time went by, and he said he started to turn a blind eye to it because he's trying to provide for his family like anybody. You want to kind of just do your thing and manage because everybody knows what happens if you rock the boat. You know what I mean? Nothing good comes from that, and you're better off just minding your own fucking business and doing what you do.
Line of work.
Yeah,
you're expected to in that line of work,
right?
So, do you have a problem with him talking?
Well, he said it was overclassified, is what he said. He said the problem was he's like, the thing about there was no need to classify everything. He said even if he went on lunch break.
Right.
With a girl or something, it was classified. He's like, dude, it was ridiculous. He's like, you know what I mean? Like
I can see that though.
Like me too,
hurts.
totally. And
But you're dealing with top secrets. You know.
Well,
I know,
he
but
said-
you don't need to worry about your calorie intake to be fucking
Well-
classified.
well, he also goes on to talk about how, over time, skepticism is a thing, but
Right.
but then over time, when it's a repeated behavior that keeps happening and you're like, holy shit, this intelligence is pretty extreme. We're just going to gain intelligence on these people. We're ruining their life, and we're not even gaining nothing from it. Just for a maybe. He said basically they were ruining people's lives, and there wasn't even no reason to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there was a bunch of different reasons, but the main scandal of all was obviously, if you haven't heard about it, it was a surveillance program, and the scandal was because of a journalist. It happened in 2004, October in 2004. It was because of a journalist revealing the surveillance. It was called the Stellar Wind program that Mr. Edward Snowden came across, because he was the dude that was actually like both sides, and he was the sharing information guy. So he was involved with all the programs. He had access to all these things. Hell, he was a designer of programs. You know what I mean? So he was the guy that just, and very unique position. Not a lot of guys had that position.
Right.
So time goes by, and now the scandal happens, and because of there was this journalist that found out about the surveillance program. So he goes to the New York Times. Well, the New York Times was like, all right, whatever. So White House gives direct threats to the New York Times publisher. It was right before election time. They said, yo, you're not going to run this story. And they didn't.
Right.
So that was like, so they held back on it. Now, that same journalist that did that, he went to go write a book about the shit.
Right.
So now they got to release the fucking story, because people are going to be like, why didn't you release the fucking story? The New York Times. So then so they go ahead and fucking release the fucking story. Now, this is where shit gets crazy right here. Now, let me rewind a little bit. This surveillance program, right? This became in the wake of 9/11. When 9/11 happened, Al Qaeda, and for good reason.
Right.
They were looking up all this shit, making sure everything was,
Make sure
good.
everybody that was here
Safe, public
safe.
safety, national security, public safety. Yes, sir. Yeah. So after a time, he said, dude, they were just keeping surveillance on everybody and everything for unlimited history. They didn't give a fuck. They kept it.
That's why we have cameras on turnpikes.
Violating, well, everybody's so pro-Constitution. I'm just saying, fucking.
They are needed.
Well, they do need that. This is the other thing.
It's a need, but then at the same time, sometimes it's
He leaked their surveillance practices too. Like the way they were conducting business. Not just like a program, but no, he leaked how they're doing business.
Well, yeah, because they were doing business really fucking dirty. It's not like the old days where we just go planting bugs and shit. Now we're fucking paying people to give us your information at a bank and shit, and that's not cool, dude. Like, you're not coming to get my fucking social security number and all that shit, man. That's my motherfucking right. And if I ain't do nothing that's a fucking terrorist threat or a national security or a public security, if I got some fucking weed in my drawer, bitch, get the fuck away from me. Like, real talk, dude. Like, that's my fucking constitutional right. And everybody's on top of this. Everybody's losing family members and friend members over this shit. And it's like, dude, it's not fucking worth it, man. Look at what's happening before your eyes. And before we go any further, let me finish this real quick. They fucking change a law. So then when this story comes out, now everybody's like, holy shit, they're in our shit. So now these phone companies and all these people that are giving these records, they've been selling these fucking things or giving them to this, because the president writes a letter, says, hey, give me your shit. Now that's illegal. They're not supposed to turn it over to you no matter what. That's public record. If you don't have a fucking warrant for that individual or what's going on, just because you tell me to give it to you, it's not legal. So they're all worried now because they're going to get in trouble. They're about to get sued. All these phone companies, these millions of phone companies that all gave up their public record rights and all this shit.
But they write that in the contracts. In the contract that when you buy your phone,
right?
It's in the contract that you okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they explain that too. You're right, Clemmy. You're right.
Yeah.
So you're fucked. And
way,
in fact, they make you say that 3 times. Yeah, I think there's 3 okays you got to give, and you're fucked. But he said basically overall is what he's saying is there's a reason why you don't go on your phone, and nowadays you can't. There's no battery removal.
Right.
Now there's the reason nowadays where there's not a button on your phone that says, "Hey man, do what I say to do, but don't spy on me," and click it. There's a reason nowadays all that shit is happening, and they've never fucking found one terrorist threat.
Right.
Not one. But in 2004, when Bush was worried about losing that campaign, and everybody's dirty. Look, all these presidents are fucking dirty. I'm just bringing up Bush right now. Pelosi was involved, dude. There was a fucking... You wouldn't think that her and Bush were friends, dude. Nancy fucking Pelosi and Bush were fucking... She was on Congress, and she okayed everything with this surveillance program, dude. She was one of the members because he only told 8 people of Congress about the thing, including Dick Cheney. And when they all came down, they were just like, fuck it, man. They turned all the way up. They're like, yo, this surveillance program's going to go on. It doesn't matter. And they weren't capitalizing on it the way they were supposed to. They were capitalizing on it in all kinds of other ways. And it was bad ways, he said. Enough to make this dude want to fucking go in exile and run away. And the reason why you know he's telling the truth is because the motherfucker could be in Hawaii right now still spying on people doing nothing. He had a cake-ass job making tons of fucking loot. The dude, now he's just running for his fucking life.
But, I mean, how long do you trust living in like exile in Moscow? I don't know. I'll be trying to
well, he said he's living pretty comfortably over there. He's giving speeches at schools and shit like that.
I'm reading that on there.
It's crazy, man.
He's applied for asylum in other countries, too, like 6 other countries in South America.
Let me tell you one example of one of his first examples of how he knew that shit was real fucking shaky. All right, he was in his office it was the NSA. This was when he was brand new. This was before he went to the CIA, and 9/11 happened. And they were all sitting there in their office, and all of a sudden, they didn't know how serious it was when the first plane hit. So they're going, oh shit, okay. So their director calls in and says, everybody go home. And they bring in the skeleton crews to come in. In fact, on 9/11, dude, right after the first attack, he's like, wait a minute, like we're intelligence. Right. Like NSA and fucking CIA and they need us right now type shit, you know. We can, and there were still planes in fucking active.
Right.
He's like, so you're telling me there's planes in the air and you think there's an active terrorist threat going on right now, and you're gonna take this chess piece off the board right now? When we could, because they were in Washington, so they were like, well, we don't want them to fly into us, was what they were saying. What their reason was. He said, dude, that's what they all signed up for. He's like, we knew that that's a threat. We always, of course that's a threat. He said they could fly into a fucking Steak and Shake.
Is there anyone else backing up that story, or is he the only one saying that?
Right.
Well, there's 4 other people because they're all locked up. There's one, the drone guy. He's David something. He's locked up. There's other whistleblowers
that confirms that 9/11 story.
I can't. Well, it gets deeper though. It's not just this 9/11 story.
Well, I'm just taking it one by one. That's pretty serious.
There must be because there was
just him saying some shit. It's the time of accusations. All you gotta do is accuse a motherfucker. I can say whatever I want about you. And people are gonna fucking lean to believe it.
Yeah.
People are more apt to believe.
Yeah, but are you running from the American government? No, dude. That's at balls.
I'll put it to you like Snowden did. You know, we know more now, but we're more aware. What's he say? Damn, what was he gonna say?
I just think.
Oh, we're still powerless, but we're more aware. That's all it is. Yeah. This shit's been going on since the beginning of government. That's how government operates.
But that's
how they keep control. Yeah. You want a civil war? Then it's like uprising. People rise above. Well, fuck government. No, dude. That's how government is, dude.
Well, there's a difference, Mike, because you don't just want to let them just take advantage of us like that. Because what's the Constitution then?
But the thing about it, what Mike is saying, I agree with both points. But the thing what Mike is saying is this is just the way it is, bro. And like for us to think that it's not that way, it's kind of like thinking.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, but what
now you just know it's going on. It's been going on since you were born.
My point in this is because look at how they violate the Constitution. I didn't even get into the part where they're changing the laws and everything.
But
they're changing laws to benefit
every president since the Constitution has kind of ate away at the Constitution to gain more power.
Right.
That's like kind of like
right. But now it's exposed.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
Yeah.
It's time to change that shit, bro. Look at how warped you guys are. Oh, that's the way it is. Fuck that. Man, your assholes must be fucking loose.
What are you gonna have then?
I ain't having that, bro.
No, I'm just saying. What's gonna? You do away with that, then what are you gonna get?
Yeah, because you signed up for it.
Yeah.
What do you mean I signed up for that?
When you live here, you bring
no.
I'm not saying no. Listen, I'm not saying
no. There's a difference between spying on us for good reason and then making us involved. Look, the whole point of this is because there's a truth, right, that we think we know, and then somewhere way far ahead of that is the truth and what you can prove. And in between that big ass gap right there, it keeps widening. And that's our fucking democracy going away. It's fucking hauling ass. That's a big problem.
It is.
That's not the way it's supposed to be. We as the people have a seat at the fucking government table. That seat has now been removed. We're at the fucking kiddie table. We ain't even at the big boy table. And that ain't fucking happening, dude.
Well, I'll put it to you like this, dude. If the CIA and NSA are spying on you, they don't give a fuck about you or me or anybody at this table. But I'm saying if they're spying on you, you're into some shady shit, dude.
See,
I don't give a fuck who you are, dude. You're in some shady shit. If you
what's
are
that got to do with the fact that they're spying on Clemmy?
So they're not.
They're not.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They have a track record of everybody's fucking whatever you Googled in your entire life. They fucking have it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you sign up for it. You bring your cards to the table, and you're like, all right. As long as I'm not,
I've got nothing to worry about. It's okay.
Exactly.
Spy away. I've got nothing to be worried about. If you got something to be worried about, then maybe you need to be looked at.
No, if your government is changing laws and shit, then that's a problem. You guys are totally not.
No.
Yeah.
They're not changing laws. What? How?
I didn't even get to that part.
Oh, yeah, okay. I want to hear this part.
They changed the law when that whole thing came out and the newspaper was flipping out. They were like, the New York Times was like, all right, we're putting out the story because the journalist was going to put out the story. So the New York Times put out the story.
Now they wanted the ratings.
Now all these phone companies that gave the fucking government all their public records are going to get sued and they're going to lose their fucking. Hold on.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, the Congress went and installed a law called Protect Americans Act in 2007, and it forbidded it gave immunity to all those companies in the United States that were breaking millions of laws a day by handing information to the government, which all our information, which is totally illegal, but everything. And this is where you guys are fucked up. They weren't using it just to look for terrorists. There were no terrorists. They were using it to fucking make money and steal and fucking manipulate you guys got this all wrong. That's the whole problem is you guys think about that shit and you're just like, well, they needed that shit. And I agree
for that part.
They were taking all kinds of fucking money and shit.
But that's
it's a big deal, Mike.
But that's the role.
They seized the profits from his book.
Then they seized the profits from his book too, right? Yeah. But the only reason they had to release it was under the First Amendment. And bro, it's crazy, bro, and it's all real, man. It's authentic. It's authentic as fuck, man. There's a million stories. I don't have time to go into 1 hour episode.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you realize it when you Google some shit and it comes up in the ads. It happens,
right?
It's always an adaptive thing that you're gonna just have to rely on. It's not right, but you work at it.
Right.
Especially if you don't need to tape your fucking phone,
Right.
taping the lens.
But
over
doesn't
time.
it
Don't be
worry?
that person?
But doesn't it worry anybody that democracy's just fucking?
Yeah, it works me a lot.
My world's not falling apart because of this.
Hold on, but if that's but your son has to live the future,
And his isn't.
And hold on, and if that's that level, because this is just for this is just surveillance.
Yeah.
What else are they changing laws about? What else do they not give a shit about? What else are they manipulating to fucking feed their pockets? And what else is going on? Yo, the divide is real.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why we need to come together to gain our power back, man. Things like this are the eye openers. It's the reason why I brought this up today. The things like this are the eye openers that we need as the people to say, holy shit. Okay, yeah, this is bigger than that, dude. Maybe I need to get over my fucking petty ass differences with my neighbor or whoever the fuck it is, and just move on. Because honestly, dude, we need to be smarter, and we need to educate ourselves and understand what's going on, because there's some really dangerous shit happening out there, and it's wise to at least pay attention to it, and so you can make your own decision on it.
So you're happy? You think people want the truth? You think they could swallow that pill?
I demand it, man. Because you have to be able to swallow the pill, because that's how we get our seat back at the fucking government table, and we actually. Because I understand that there's real terrorist things happening out there, and I understand that it's a very dangerous world, and there's very good reason we have these systems in place.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is keep us in the loop. You know, and don't do us dirty, man, and don't steal from us, and don't do all this bullshit. It's fucked up, and they've been.
There's information out there that you don't need to know, and you shouldn't know for the greater good of the country, for the greater good and that security, dude. You're saying we're supposed to know everything that the government's doing, every fucking thing.
Didn't say that at all.
Okay, I was just making sure.
I didn't say that at all.
All right, good.
But it's very clear that we're breaking the law. We're breaking the law millions of times, dude. It's crazy, and it's well documented. And he's got a whole laundry list of different ways we've done it, and we're ruining people's lives overseas for no reason. And we're doing fucking shady shit. When back in the day, all you would do is plant a bug or do some stuff like that.
But bro, it was not like that back in the day, bro. It's just like Mike is saying. It's always kind of been this way, man.
Is there
CIA? We don't know that though. CIA.
Is there a government on the planet that doesn't do this? Operate this way?
Fuck the other nations.
No, man.
We are America.
What Mike's saying is they're all playing by the same rule book. That's what he's saying.
Even America.
And that's a goddamn shame that we have to play that way. We have all this money.
Oh, America needs to be like Canada. America needs to be like Sweden. But no, not this way. No, not this way. Like you picking and choosing.
So robbing the American people is right.
No, I don't look at. They're not robbing American people, dude. It's like that's such a dramatic depiction of this, man. It's government needs to be government.
Look into the story because they are
exactly. I need to look at whose lives they ruin.
Yeah.
I want to know the history of these people, the criminal history of these people. That's what I need to know before I can just go ahead and say fuck it all this, and
what you're saying, Mike. But you can't say that.
I'm not on board with Snowden, man.
What I'm just
I think what he did was wrong.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is just because a person have a criminal history or done something wrong, that don't disqualify. You know what I mean? They was fucked.
Listen. They got this thing called strict liability crimes. The government considers this to be worse than murder. The jury is not allowed to consider why you committed a crime, only allowed to consider if you committed the crime. Gee, wonder why, Snowden. Not allowed to consider if the murder was justified, only allowed to consider if it took place. The Espionage Act, in every case, is a law the government exclusively uses against people that told the truth. The government argues in the context of the whistleblowing that telling an important truth to the American people by way of a journalist is a crime worse than murder, dude. That's fucked up like a soup sandwich.
What is that? Let me see. Because I think
is that his interpretation, or is that their actual written doctrine?
Bro, that's our actual fact, man. That's what happens if you fucking go against.
Well, that's his words. Fucked. Is that his words, or is that their written doctrine?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
No, I'm serious, man.
Dude, it's official because they didn't even want his book to fucking come out, dude. They knew that it's real. When you tell the fucking truth, they're fucking freaking the fuck out. You don't think we're corrupt, dude? You think that this is a fucking whistle clean fucking? No. Come on, man. Wake up, man.
I'm not asleep, dude. And I wake up. I think. Don't tell me to wake up like I don't care. Like I'm not
I don't care if we're a little corrupt, but on this scale, dude, and what pisses me off, Mike, it's not the fact that this is happening. It's the fact that people are fighting and losing family members and friend members over this is my constitution for this gun and shit. When really, dude, we are getting fucked anyway. So if you want to fight about the gun shit and the stupid shit on the side, then we need to fight about this first and get our power back. So it all matters,
right? But that's a double-edged sword, because then if you get all of the information, then that's too much, and then
it's tough, bro. People it's a sticky slope. Because now you're on the fence. You don't see him as certain people see him as a terrorist. Certain people see him as a hero.
Yeah, so
I don't want you to think I'm against you.
No, right. No, not at all.
I'm just saying like this, guys. Who would do that? Like, think about that. Who would run away from their country? I mean,
I think it's some
traitor.
Bro, my.
Wow, dude.
Listen, as long as he doesn't,
I think it's heroic what he did.
Listen. As long as he doesn't release us, our country, to a different country.
That's what I'll be scared about.
I think that's what I can swallow. Because
he ain't doing that shit.
No, I know he's
not. He said he wants to come back. He wants the fucking government to comply.
Correct.
He said that there's.
What did he say that he was taking up domicile right now?
Russia,
like Moscow.
Yeah, Moscow.
Moscow.
Dude, he said the only reason he survives is because he's a nerd and he likes to be on a computer, so he never goes out.
The only reason why he survives is because he's the nerd and he's not talking about secrets.
No, all he wants.
Okay, wait a minute.
Listen.
This is what I'm saying, man.
Wait a second, man. He releases all this in his book. What you think he's just releasing it in America? We're the only ones going to fucking read it? No, he's releasing it to the fucking world.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's giving speeches.
So yeah, it's not.
He's got to make money.
He's released it to everybody, to Russia, to everybody.
Yeah, so it's
but his story is legit that he worked in both those places.
Yeah,
and shit.
That's legit.
That's the part you need to check.
Yeah, I believe what he's saying.
If he was the job that he was,
some truth to it, or even it may be the whole.
Listen to this. All he wants from the U.S. government, he'll come back for trial.
Okay,
but the government has to agree to permit whistleblowers a public interest defense. They have to consider the motivations of why the whistleblowers did what they did. The government refuses to allow that. Because that puts the government on trial, they said. And we don't trust the jury to consider these questions. So, Mike, you can look it up, bro. It's all he said. It's all there, man.
Good luck for him, bro.
Yeah, I'm just telling you this, Omar. Again, I'll reiterate. Yeah. This is just because I see too many people losing family members over petty little fights and shit like that. And it's like, dude, in the big picture, the grand scheme of things, our Constitution's already being violated. So, and it's been proven, dude. This is proven.
Just don't let it keep you up at night, buddy.
Yeah. And it causes a divide, bro.
What does?
The whole, the topic of what is too much information and what is not enough information. And
who decides that?
And then who are you talking to? And it's a lot of stuff in there that makes it seems,
Well,
if you think about it, I'm just being kind of like a devil
advocate. Dude, you could have 3 years and then your shit goes out the trash. I mean, you don't need a history of 20, 30, 40, 50 years, bro.
Right.
You don't need that, and that's what they're doing. Fuck that, bro. That's an easy fuck that for me. That's an easy fuck that.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
You know anybody personally that these agencies' lives are ruined?
If I'm sitting here watching school shootings happen and we're sitting there having Constitution about, I'm sorry, but no taking away assault rifles or none of that shit, then I'm going to say the same thing. The Constitution is Constitution, no matter how you fucking look at it. So freedom of speech, all that shit, it's all relative. And so this applies just as well, man. You can't be spying on me for no reason.
Yeah,
I'm not a national threat. I'm not even remotely close to a fucking. I'm not a neighborhood threat.
Right.
All right. I'm nothing. I'm fucking nothing. Throw my shit away, please. Thank you. Good night. That's all. That's all. Fuck that. We'll be back.
I got shot in the ass, she kicked it, man. I got plugged, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, and that's my luck, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, man. I got touched, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, and that shit sucked. It was just a normal morning. My only day all week off working. It was too early for bourbon, so you know that means I'm burning. Time to seek that higher learning. Everything was going perfect till I realized someone snatched a lighter from Kermit. Kermit is my lighter holder next to me, trap mug. And if you steal the fire from Kermit, it could mean bad luck. But now I'm mad as fuck, just like being broke in Vegas. Had to get my white ass up and go and march to the bodegas. Now I'm walking like Christopher, just a fit and firm. Peep some kids on the curb, seeming like they got shit to stir. Jit was yelling at his girlfriend. Then he spit at her, not just like puff off, I got to make this jit look miniature. So I stepped to him, I said, hey ass fuck. He said, what's up punk bitch? Then he pulled out his gun. Said, oh shit, think fast. I turned to run, and just as I did, heard a blast. Here it come. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she kicked it, man. I got plugged, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, and that's my luck, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, man. I got touched, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, and that shit sucked. So now I'm in a bind. Besides the 2 holes where the sun don't shine. I'm not even fucking high, it burns so bad I wanna cry. I can hear Chow right now, but did you die? Truly don't know why that movie even crossed my mind. But I'm breathing so I'm fine, little leaking from behind. This thing, it starts to subside, think it's time to go online. Long line in the easy way, it ain't been an easy day. If life had a dick at the moment, I could spring for rape. But my butt don't need a break, so I get in line because I need a bake. Back to the house, that part's a piece of cake. Finally time to free this weight, feeling like I more than earned it. Pull out my weed tray and get it all ready to get it burning. That's when I fucking learned it. I had 2 lighters in my pocket, one was Kermit's. The circuits happened on purpose. Moral of the story is don't care where you from. You don't mess with Kermit's fire like it's Jobu's rum. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she kicked it, man. I got plugged, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, and that's my luck, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, man. I got touched, fuck. Blam, I got shot in the ass, she did it, and it grazed my nuts, fuck. This one goes out to all my people. Been shot in the ass before. Guard your cheeks. Keep them cheeks on fleeks. It's all butt cheeks, cup links, and chicken dumplings. You know what I'm saying? Onesie.
Welcome back, Lion Podcast. Sorry I went on a rant. I'm sorry for yelling. Harvey Weinstein. Mike, what's the scoop on that, man?
Well, he's scheduled for sentencing for March 11th, I believe, in Los Angeles. He had, 87 victims. Well,
what did this guy? Because I'm kind of blind to this, Mike. What did he do, dude? Because I'm honestly, dude, I know it's the sexual assault, rape. What was it, dude?
He was a big time producer in Hollywood. You know, he had a serious casting couch ring going on.
If you want to be in one of his movies,
casting couch. So in other words, he's like, yo, if you do sexual favors, I'll give you this part.
Literally.
So say like you want to be in Kill Bill, that was one of his movies. Then you do him a favor, he do you a favor.
So if you want to kill Bill, you gotta kill the
deal. How much money they made in Kill Bill though?
Yeah. So that was the chick.
That was
one of the chicks.
One of them, yeah.
Her.
Uma Thurman. Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Oh, she was one of the chicks. So what'd she say that he did?
I don't know if that was one of the chicks he messed with, but I'm just saying that's one of his movies. I'm saying at the time Harvey Weinstein, every movie that
she didn't file the complaint.
She came forward. Yeah, she did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she came forward.
So he was guilty on that one. Lord of the Rings too.
Yeah. he I mean.
Well, it was it's something that they kept hush hush, like they didn't come forward until years later, because the Me Too movement. What is it? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was just perverted. They said, I mean, it wasn't all necessarily rape cases. That I believe there was a rape case because he was convicted of 3rd-degree rape. I'm not quite sure what that is.
Jesus. 1st degree meaning premeditated. 2nd degree probably with a drug. Or no, 3rd degree probably would.
He didn't use drugs, man. He offered him parts in movies and success,
like
and
is
that really
came through on that?
I'm devil's advocate,
Scream, bro. I'm just naming movies.
Let me ask: did he physically harm somebody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, he's a devil. Yeah. White devil.
Fahrenheit 9/11. That was one of his movies.
He did. I thought that was Michael
Rambo. That was one of his movies.
Oh, he was a director.
No, he was a producer, bro.
Producer?
Producer, where the money comes from.
Yeah.
Scary Movie.
Yeah, because Rose McGowan, that was in Scary Movie, was another one. Says I think
Chicago.
She said he actually raped
So this motherfucker had.
Well,
what was his net worth?
She had sex with him.
What was his net worth, Clemmy?
I'm checking that. I got you.
I'm gonna guess 480.
I'm thinking more.
Angelina Jolie.
What do you got? What do you got? Throw your bets in there. I got 480.
270.
What you got, Mike? What's his net worth?
I don't know. 3.7 million.
We gotta go Bill, right?
No. Hell no. I got 480 million.
At this point, his worth is 25 million, bro, in decline.
That's it.
Oh, I forgot the update.
He was doing a lot of cocaine.
It's not even that, bro. Legal fees.
A lot of hookers.
A
lot of payoffs. Here, whore, shut up. Don't say nothing. Yo, do you so how many did he actually rape?
But his company worth though is 300 million.
What did he do? What was the worst thing he did?
Oh, I don't know.
He forced sex upon him. They said he was a big man. He just physically restrained them.
Oh, Jesus.
Had sex and then
poor woman.
Gave him a movie part.
And then they say you're hired? Jesus.
That's casting bro.
Wow.
Yep. Angelina Jolie.
I feel violated for listening
when
to that.
she was young, that he had a naked incident with her when she was real young. Because John Voight's her dad, man. She's been in Hollywood forever. She didn't need go through a casting couch anyway. But said that even before she was 18, he made sexual advances toward her. So she avoided him. But he had a trend though. He repeatedly asked them if he could masturbate in front of them.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes.
While they watched.
Very sick dude, bro.
What? And they were underage too?
Underage.
Overage. But I'm saying, but
I can see beating your dick above some age.
Bruh, it's just talking.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
All I'm doing is beating my dick. You want something? Nah, I'm just kidding. Oh, it's just because this story is.
But among the top, that I could see, that I know of, I mean, you guys probably know more because you're younger, but Gwyneth Paltrow, Kate Beckinsale, Ashley Judd, Angie Everhart, Daryl Hannah, Selma Hayek, Natasha Henstridge, Lauren Holly, Angelina Jolie, and Rose McGowan. I mean,
he raped Selma?
No, it's not. It's not
oral sex.
It's consensual.
He made
Which one did he rape?
Look, I don't think it's even.
Man,
how many did he rape?
I don't know. I don't know her name, but it was. You named the movie.
Look,
earlier,
man. This is the question? Is it consensual or not? Let's put rape aside. Hold on. Put rape aside. Say he never touched her or violated her or anything. If he did say that, Mike, if he sat her on the couch and said, "Yo, you got the part. You just got to fuck with me," is that because I mean, how many millions of dollars is a part worth? Whatever.
Not enough.
Well, it's career launching.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying, does it deserve that? If it was that bad.
Goodwill Hunting.
My point was,
he was in good. He was a producer.
On Goodwill Hunting.
Damn.
it's a career launch, is what it was, not the money value. Which was what it. I mean, of course, it meant money, millions of dollars, but it meant a career. It was as a leading role in a prominent movie.
Oh, so it's a launch pad.
Yeah. So I said like 3 fucking times.
That's even worse. That's even more of a, pass.
But it was just like
not to rape nobody, but I mean, if it was consensual, if she said yeah, I agree to that, and then they had sex, and then you come forward later on. I mean, let's say hypothetically that's the case. All right, let's say this dude said, "Hey," and by the way, I'm not condoning any of this. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Let's just say the dude was like, "Hey, sit down on the couch. You want this part? You know what I mean? Launch career, done deal. But you got to go to Steak and Shake with me tonight, and I'm gonna hit that after that." And then, is that and then she said, "Yeah, sure." And then how many years later for some of these?
I mean,
give me the longest one.
I don't know. Maybe it's decade more.
16 years.
See?
I don't know. It's up there. There's something to go back that far, I know.
It makes you wonder.
Well, devil's advocate here. What if, these women committed this act, they felt ashamed for all these years, and then now times have changed, they can come forward and get their
money,
justice.
So you're saying that now, they did do the acts, and then they feel guilty about it now.
They're ashamed.
They're ashamed because they're older.
But they
now.
felt like they shouldn't have been forced to do that.
Because it was a dirty thing, right?
Yeah,
because it was a dirty thing.
But at the same
they shouldn't have been put in that
you
situation.
You got to think about if you're. I think the worst part about it, they felt powerless, and that's why they took it that way. Because it's like if you're trying to, if this is your way to eat, and somebody say, "I want you to give me a part," because when you give yourself
damn, Clemmy like just had the Oprah show standing ovation answer right there. Yeah,
but I'm just being real. If you give yourself to somebody,
Oprah would have bought you a fucking car for that answer, dog. That is the best answer.
If you paying me straight up, that's one thing.
You inspired me. You inspired me on that answer. I love that answer, bro. That's my final answer right there too.
It wasn't happening to men.
Yeah.
That's
all. That's all. Real talk.
Yeah, real talk, man. Good answer, Clemmy. Fuck Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, he's a creep.
Fuck, man.
But how many 5 years,
87, bro? Yeah. For only 5 years?
No,
get the fuck out of here.
But it's not done yet, I think.
What do you mean it's not done yet, Omar?
Sentencing is March 11th, I thought.
Yeah, he's still going to go back. For another.
What?
But in New York, he get 5.
I think he got New York. Yeah, 5 he got in New York.
So what's
5
he
years in
go
Rikers. Somebody said 5 years in Rikers. I don't know if that's true.
So he's going back to what, a civil or what? What is it?
No, I think he got to go to California now. Somebody Mike was saying before we started.
Shit.
So then he may get another.
It's not over.
Yeah, it's not over.
I hope well, he's gonna die anyway. I heard he's got bad health.
He's faking
He's
ill.
faking that.
Yeah.
It may be real. He could be scared as fuck.
I would be if I was him. I mean, come on, man.
Fucking.
I'm gonna make you pretty.
That shooting that happened in Coors, though, that was sad, man. We're gonna spend some more time on the next show talking about that. We were gonna do it now, but I already had this plan, so it was like it wasn't even. We were like, damn, man. But we just want to give a shout out to all the families and victims that were affected, and our hearts are with you. That's sad. Well, another shooting. What the? It is what it is, man. Did they ever find out what the dude was about that did it? Did he take his own life?
I don't know. From the cool shooter.
Did they find out what it was about, the shooting?
Nah, but I know he killed himself.
He did kill himself?
1,000.
Yeah.
That's good, too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But that mental health that's 11th in Milwaukee since 2004.
Wow.
It's a lot. And what's a mass shooting? Anything over 4? I think.
I hope.
I think it is.
I'm trying to make sure I never know that number.
I think it's like 4. I think it's like 4 plus. anything 4 or more is a mass shooting, I believe. Mike, is that right?
I don't know. Is that the 11th mass shooting in the state of Wisconsin or the night? What do you say?
Milwaukee.
In the city.
In the city, mass
And since
shooting?
2004, that's what they said. That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy, bro. That is.
You think it's? I mean, do you think there's a reason why in the geographical
maybe,
locations of these things?
Because sometimes it seems like it happens in certain.
How they living up there? Damn.
Yeah. Certain areas.
Yeah.
It's cold and wintry and sucky up there most of the time.
For real.
Laverne and
Omar
Shirley,
knows about that from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Happy
no,
Days and shit.
I'm thinking about it. It doesn't. I don't know if it would affect because now it's an older gentleman being 51 years old. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah. Was he? Did he
It's a
work
long time.
at? Did he work there at Coors?
I mean, I guess the story's still coming out. We don't know much.
Oh, okay.
There's really. I mean, does anybody know any more than that?
No.
man.
I don't either. It is. It's still
It's
developing.
just sad. It's
It is
that
sad,
it
man.
happened.
It is sad. It's just another one, man. You know what I mean?
It's like because when you wake up and go to work in the morning, you just go.
It's like that bully. It's like that bully video, man, and people trying to make it like that was a fake video.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, the dude is a legit dude being bullied, and it's like, yo, don't fuck with him. That's fucked up.
It's
time to go to Disney World, man.
I have my thoughts on that.
What's up with that? Oh, go ahead.
No, dude. I see the videos. I want to make it to be real. You never want to see somebody bullied.
I know. I'm worried. I'm worried too.
Because the next thing you know, you fall into the trap.
Yeah.
You donate your money. You're in the hole.
Right.
So,
Right.
as long as it's real, I'm with the support. Hugh Jackman, everybody showing love. Let everybody do their thing.
Right. But can that really be wrong though? I don't think it's fake.
I mean, but you can't say it's not.
God, if it is, that's so dirty
Believe
though.
half of what
Yo,
you
that'll be the next
see,
level
bro.
dirty that we've seen like that.
Yeah, but
because
believe half
no,
of
hold
what you
on. Think about that. Mom involved,
Yeah.
holding a video
Yeah.
to the kid, talking. It was the mom's hype video.
Yeah.
Mom's hype man in that. She's the one back there flaving the whole fucking shit.
So this is a young
She might have a
kid?
fucking clock around her neck,
Yeah.
dog,
Yeah.
on that shit. She never showed herself.
Remember when we talked about the
And she
crime?
was like just showing her son, and she's like, "I'm gonna kill myself. I want to kill myself." And I'm like, "Oh my god, this is dog." I cried. I teared up a little bit. I was like, "Shit, that's some sad shit, dude." I felt bad as fuck, dude. I was like, "Damn, that shit's awful."
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I felt
that is.
terrible, bro. It got me. It was like a 5-minute long video of her.
Little dude looks so
like
sad.
Yeah, it was like a wrestling. You know what I mean? Like how it's fake wrestling. Like if this is bullshit, then that'd be bad.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
a next level, bro.
Yeah,
we haven't seen that bad before.
That'd be like a.
Have you seen that bad? That would be strictly for viral purposes,
yeah.
utilizing
The kids.
American, because they didn't even sound American. They sounded like British or some shit. I couldn't tell because she was crying the whole time.
Right.
But anyway, it was sad.
Right.
It was sad to watch. So if that's the truth, if it is fake and she was the hype man behind that
That'd
shit,
be sad.
yo, karma's a bitch, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that. And especially teaching her son that's a right way to get ahead in the world. Fuck that shit. But I want to give a shout out to Lost Coast Tangerine, straight up, which sponsored us tonight pretty much. Shout out to Brick and Spoon, that Louisiana flavor, that good. Since we're talking about Louisiana and that Nolans, shout out to Mardi Gras. They just ended. Mike wanted to say that, and all the girls out there with their beads worked hard for them. Oh, says shout out to you.
Yeah.
And hero of the day, since it's the end of Black History Month, it's MLK. So that goes without saying. Everybody knows why.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
So it says that people donated for that nigga to go to Disney.